This is John LeBaron with Chimney Check Professionals. This is the video portion of my inspection. This is where I take a look at the inner walls of the chimney system. Ensure you review my written report for all my findings and recommendations. What we're looking at is a clay tile liner system. So fairly typical. And right here we see the screen spark arrestor. And then above that, and you can't quite see it with the camera, is there's a damper, a top-end damper, and this is a pull cord for that top-end damper. Now the top-end damper is a mechanical fixture, or basically, and with that, sometimes the springs go bad, etc., etc. It could rust. So that's something that will need some sort of maintenance as time goes on. And it is something where really all I do is pull it down, let it go up, and that's pretty much the extent of my inspection on the damper. Now when we have the clay liner system, the tiles have joints. So here's a tile, here's another tile, and this is our joint. When I look here, I can tell that the joints have been basically tuck pointed or re-grouted. This particular workmanship that I see here, I believe I know who did it, but you know, hey, I'm certainly not a prophet, so I can't tell you for sure. But generally, a warranty will come with it. So if it was done in the last couple of years, you may still have a warranty. So what's a great idea is to take advantage of having them service the system once or twice in the next few years if you still have a warranty, so that they can re-look at it and do any repairs that may be needed. And what I mean by that is, when you look right here, you can see some cracking of the surfaces. Well, that's going to be pretty common. I mean, you're going to have that. But with that is certainly going to be some looseness, and then in time, components are going to fall out, or fill between the tiles will fall out, and then a repair will be needed or maintenance. So you want to just kind of be on top of that, especially while your warranty is in place, so somebody will do it for you for free. Repairs to chimneys, good repairs are not cheap, so you might as well take advantage of your warranty. So right here is, I believe this is our last tile right there. I'll know in a minute. It looks like I'm wrong. There we go, that's our last tile. So right here's our last tile, and this is the beginning of the smoke chamber. The smoke chamber is a transition where basically the flue system here and the top of the firebox join, because the flue has a different shape than your fireplace, so therefore we need to transition, hence our smoke chamber. When you look at the coating here, you can see a gap on this side over here. You can kind of get closer to it. So I think a repair is needed here. You know, we shouldn't have any gaps between surfaces. This is the whole reason the repair was done in the first place. So if we develop more gaps, then they should have a repair. Now this is about, actually I'm not sure. I'll know in a second. Actually, it's not that far up above the firebox, so this is not that difficult to get to, but we want to reseal that area. When we look at the smoke chamber surfaces themselves, there's no real complaints there. So right behind the top of the firebox, this is our firebox back wall. We kind of follow it up there, and we have the very top, and then we go in and we look behind it, and we see some debris. Not a big deal. But you know, we want to keep the system clean. There's cobwebs and stuff down there. Now ideally, and it wasn't done, ideally this area would have been sort of filled in, and more of a concave, smoother shape would have been created to help divert back drafting. That's not a big deal. Now, that is an ash dump. There's an exterior door as well. So basically, as far as the system goes, I don't have a lot to talk about the fire safety aspect of it, except for a repair where the smoke chamber meets the bottom of the first flue tile. Structurally, the system will move when I push on it. This is where opinion starts coming into play. There is no requirement from the city to do anything about that. So this is where, and you're going to get different opinions from different inspectors. So let's look at it this way. When the system was built, originally it did not move. Now it moves. It is my opinion that a brace should be installed to help prevent significant movement during earthquake activity. Again, not everyone's going to agree with me, but it seems logical that if it did not move originally and was not intended to move, and now it does, something should probably be done about it. Ensure you review my written report for my findings and recommendations.